I'm Jose with NXR. I'm the technician here at NXR. So today what we're going to be doing, we're going to go be installing a oven thermostat. Usually when we install these thermostats, it's because the oven is not reaching its temperature or the oven's not turning on. So today we're going to be installing this Robert Shaw thermostat. We have your common, you have your broil, and you have your bake. So today what we're going to be doing is we're gonna go ahead and get started here by taking out the knobs. So we're gonna take out a knob one by one. We're gonna take them all out. Okay, once we got them all out, we're gonna go ahead and open up the oven door. Usually you don't have to take off your oven door if you can reach your hand all the way in to the oven thermostat right here. So today, I'm going to be taking it out just to make it more easy for me. So the way I'm going to be doing it, I'm going to have to take off this oven door. I'm going to go ahead and release the hinges from here. Sometimes it can get a little hard, difficult. Like this one came out. Okay, this one. Sometimes you gotta struggle a little bit, but we'll get it out. Let's see, let me get a no. Go. Okay, so we're gonna get started with this hinge right here. We're gonna be popping it out. And then we already have this one popped out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and pick up the door like this. And we're gonna give it this nice pull so we can get the oven door out. We're gonna go ahead and place it over here. And now what we're gonna be doing, we're gonna have to take off this control panel out. By doing this, we're gonna have to take out 4 screws from underneath the control panel. Okay, so we're gonna start from over here. There goes 1, 2, and then 3, and then 4. So now we can drop the control panel. Just to make sure we put it down easy. Make sure no wires get disconnected. Okay, check all your wires. And then this is the thermostat that we're going to be replacing. This one is for the 30-inch oven. So now what we're going to be doing, since we got the thermostat out, we're going to go ahead and get this out of the way here. We're going to go ahead and take the cooking grids out. Place them on the floor. Okay, so take out this cooking grid. And then we're going to go ahead and take out this riser from the back. By doing that, you're going to have to take out all the screws from right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and then 6. Okay, once we take all those screws out, then we're able to kind of just pull this riser out. And then once we got that riser pulled out, we're just gonna have to access this area here. So we're just gonna take out these burners. We just slide them out. There's no screws or anything. You just kind of pull it out. Very easy to come out. Go ahead and put them somewhere where they won't get scratched. So now what we're going to be doing, we're going to have to take out these drip pans. Okay? So by doing that, we're going to have to grab this little strip right here, kind of pull it up. And then for me, I like to get a screwdriver so I can hold it down. So once I have that up, then I'm going to have to pull this up. Usually the way I do it, put a screwdriver in the back. You can hold it. You just try to be careful that not to fall. No? Okay, so once I got all that, I'm going to access this area right here where this kind of coil thing is going in there. I'm going to have to pull the rod out from there. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go inside the oven, over here so I can loosen up the rod. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go kind of get down here. And then right here where the shield is at, there's 2 screws that you have to take out. That's one. And then you got one in the back. So once you got that out, this is your shield. And you have to put that back when you replace your new one. So now this rod, we're going to kind of guide it back up, nice and straight. And once you got it up a little bit, then you just put your drill gun down. And then you come back up to the top with your drip hand. And then you see your rod right here, already kind of sticking out. So all you do is just kind of pull it out. Kind of fix it nice and straight so you can be able to pull it out through the front. So now once I got that thermostat rod out, I'm going to come back here to the front. And then I'm going to go ahead and loosen up this thermostat. By loosening it up, you're going to have to come to the front right here. And loosen up these 2 screws. Okay. You got those 2 screws loosened, then your thermostat is going to come out. Okay, so now you got your thermostat out. The way I like to do it, like safe way. So what I usually do is I grab my thermostat and I kind of just angle it the same way that this thermostat is. And then I kind of just get the wires, like they have the numbers right here. They have the number 19, and then you also have a wiring diagram over here in the back. Over here in the back, see, you have your wiring diagram, you have your thermostat there. So you have your numbers there, 19, 31, 21. That's the way you're gonna wire it, just in case you disconnect it and forget. Okay, so now we're gonna come back to the front. And then we're gonna go ahead and disconnect wires. Usually I just disconnect one by one and just connect it back. This is 31. Just how it read on the back of your diagram. This is 91, so 91. It's gonna go here. 31. And then you have 21. That's how it read in the back of your diagram. That one's gonna go here. So number 19 is gonna be your common. 31 is gonna be your broil. The 21 is gonna be your bake. And now we're gonna disconnect top wires. Usually you would have to grab some pliers to kind of pull that out. Sometimes it just gets a little hard. Usually it's pretty easy to take them out. Usually that's why I don't really use wires, but usually you should be using some needle nose pliers or something like that to get these get that one out. Usually they're kind of angled pretty good now. With this nice little angle, you can just kind of slip in here. There you go. Put your oven thermostat back on. So once you got it on, just check all your wires, make sure they're all pushed in all the way. Okay, there you go. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and guide that old one back out. I'm gonna pull it to the front. There you go. You got your old thermostat. This is the one that wasn't working. So we're just gonna pull it to the side. And then we're gonna go ahead and start with the new one. We're gonna kind of stretch it out slowly. And then we're gonna kind of guide it back to the drip pan where we lifted it. And then once I guide it a little bit, I'm gonna come to the back. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull the rod. and then I'm gonna come back to the front. Back to the front, okay. So now got it nice and stretched out. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and push it this way. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of guide it back down into this hole right here. Back down into the oven. You just kind of poke it through until you feel that the rod comes down. So once you got it down, okay. Once you got it down, we're just gonna go ahead and reinstall that oven thermostat rod back in. I'm gonna look for my screws here. Yeah. Okay. So now, what I'm gonna do, grab this bracket. See this oven thermostat shield? Usually that goes over the rod. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back in here. Make sure I have my drill gun handy. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and pull the rod out. And I'm going to kind of put it back into this rod here.
Wait, could you turn that on that we can see the light?
This rod here, okay? So I'm going to put the screw here first. I'm kind of going to use my fingers to kind of put it back in. Screw it back in. Just so I can have it in place. And then I'm going to come back to the back over here. I'm going to have some light on. Okay, this one, I'm going to kind of put it back in with my hand. Okay, once I got it in, I'm going to grab the drill gun. Kind of finish the job. Okay, I'm just going to hold it down. Screw it in. There you go. Make sure your rod is on there properly. Nothing's holding it down. Okay, so there you go. We're done with the rod. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of screw in back the thermostat back into place. So we're gonna go ahead and grab this thermostat, kind of put it back into this little spot right here. Kind of look for the screw holes on it. Try to center it. Okay, once we got it centered, go ahead and grab the screws. Kind of put them back in. It's little tiny screws. Usually try to leave them loose a little bit just so I can be able to move the other side. Get the other screw in. We'll go ahead and get this. Okay, so we got it in. We'll go ahead and finish the job with the drill gun. Okay, so we got that. Good to go. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to check all the wires, make sure that all the wires are connected. Since we pulled down the control panel, just make sure we push them all in, make sure nothing's disconnected. Okay, looks like all our wires are good. So once we got all our wires, we'll go ahead and kind of tuck this wire back in there, and we'll put our control panel back on. Okay, once we got the control panel on, we'll go ahead and screw it in. Put those 4 screws back in. Okay. Sometimes these screws can be very difficult. Make sure we put all the screws in. Okay. So once we got all the screws in, we'll go back to the back, right here by the broil pan, and just to make sure that our coil is nicely put to the bottom. Okay, so once we've done that, we'll go ahead and take this screwdriver back on that I put. Then we'll just drop the pan back down. Then we'll kind of just tuck it back up. And then we'll just put this divider back on. There you go. Once we've done that, we'll go ahead and put the knobs back on. Usually when you put the knobs back on, you can see it once it says off, ignite. That's for your main. And then once you see something like this with 350, 250, that's for your oven. So you just put them on here. This is the one we just replaced. And we got this other oven one. This is going to be for your griddle. Your griddle over here. You're replacing your griddle is simply the same process, even when you're doing your 18-inch oven door. But for your griddle, you would have to come back to the back and get the rod out from the side of the griddle. This is for your main. Your main. This one's gonna be for your oven, right here. This is for your main. Once all you've got all that, just go ahead and grab your riser, just kind of put it back. Okay, there you go. And then what do? You put your screws back in here. You finish the job, put all your screws back in. Once you put all your screws back in, you put on your oven door. Just grab your oven door. And then just look at your hinges. Make sure that you fully extend them out before you put your door back in. Just like that. And then just kind of use your knee and your two hands. Put the other hinge kind of pop back out. Okay. We got that out. Go ahead and put it in. And then
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so what we're going to be doing now, we're going to go ahead and push these hinges down. And we're going to kind of put these levers up. Once we got those levers fully extended out, then we can go ahead and grab the oven door. Use your knee, kind of push it in. Okay, make sure that the hinges are properly in. Once they're in, that's it. You got your oven door on, and that's it.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching the video. Hopefully this thermostat will be good for another 10 years.